Well, and here I am back again. This is going to be fun because my feed isn't finding me, and so I may not be, as always, and now my camera won't stay put. It won't show me what I need to see, and I see my stand is there in the way too. That's okay. We are going to figure this out regardless. I am down here in the basement because I'm having to start all over again. If you came in a little bit ago and saw me babbling, I'm so sorry, but I have to babble again. Oh, that's my cord. I kind of had to dangle there because it's not showing up right. I'm going to do a simple fun fold today. This is Simply Zinnia. I know it's backwards, but I think that when I get it going, it will be the right direction because some things changed here in Facebook land. And one of the things is that I can't find myself now on my own page when I have myself open on a computer. So I'm going to try that again. If I don't see me, then I don't know what I'll do. I'll just assume you are there. I know you will be in YouTube land eventually. This card that I'm doing is not in my newsletter that's coming out on Monday. Go ahead and sign up for that. If you haven't, there's always an idea, I suppose. I do put usually more than one item in there. This week, I only have one card showing, and it's not this one. But I just really liked this set and the other thing I was showing you, which I can't even really remember what it was. But the zinnias are so pretty, and when they came out in the last catalog in the summer, I didn't have enough time to really do anything with it hardly. I used the paper and that was about it. And then I'm also going to use these Radiating Dies. These are a really nice set that I hope is still available. Things disappear pretty fast, so I don't know. But anyway, again, Dan, that is my brother-in-law who made our Crow Cottage sign. Isn't it nice with our big boy over there from Portland, Oregon? A little shop. Jeff and I went in, and we've seen a lot of them here in Missouri, so I guess they're not very rare. But we thought it was when we saw it in Portland. Paid way too much for it. When we came over here to Missouri and have gone to the antique shops here, we've seen Big Boy over and over again, and he was like, I don't know, let's say $10, $15 cheaper here. So it's been nice to be able to shop here where there are so many antique stores and so many antiques because it's just older, you know. If you're in the antique business, you want to come over here to get your stuff and then take it over the West Coast and sell it over there because it's going to sell like for tremendously more over there. Now I am going to try this one more time to find myself online. I should be here. I don't know why it's not really showing it to me, but you know what? I bet I didn't go out all the way. You have to go all the way out and back again. And it still is like I'm hidden from myself, I might add. So it says see all profiles. I'm going to log out. I'm sorry I'm off, but I have to be for a moment here because it won't let me do what I need to do. So then I'm going to log back in again as myself and then try again. And maybe I changed my own settings and blocked myself. The funny thing is that that's possible. No, there I am. I don't know what was going on. And I can see you see my glass of water nicely. That's good. And you can see my little stash underneath the counter too, because now I've moved all of my little baskets that I had down here, and now I have my papers and things, which is really handy. Now I'm gonna try to just flip this. Oops, it doesn't let me flip. Yes, it does. Fabulous. So there is the flip. I thought it would give me a You know what? This is going to be so much nicer getting to do this. I am so... Let's just see. Is it backwards? Oh, it's not backwards. Oh, man. How come I didn't figure this out a long time ago? I don't know, but I didn't. So anyway, there you go. All right, so this is going to be much nicer if I can figure out how to get my cord to not dangle. And then you can see everything. And... the other fabulous thing is that I can square it up really easy here. Fabulous. This is wonderful. Now here is my square shop. If you want to buy this is good now for Stampin' Up, any Stampin' Up gift certificate. Just buy the gift certificate from me. But I need all the email information, who you want it for, and your own. Actually, in the checkout process, you just give your own email, but I will contact you by email to find out who the gift certificate is for and what they want. If you don't know, I can contact them via email. And then the newsletter. And that's it. Because right now you have to find me when you go to Stampin' Up to buy anything. You have to find me. Just type in Kathy Crow. Make sure it's my face. And I am here in Springfield, Missouri. Now, this set is really nice. I bought it mainly for the Words Fail to Express My Gratitude, but also because of the one we're going to use today, which is this long skinny one. It's a nice size if you want to have it sent across the card front, and sometimes I like that. But the dies are nice. We kind of lost a daisy set a while ago, and this one, although not labeled daisy, makes a nice daisy. This die does not fit the stamped images. This does. And then there are these little sprigs. This is like a stamen. I guess it's actually a stem. It looks like a stamen, like a giant one, but it's a stem. But it goes with this. You can stick this on here and you'll also get, anyway. I haven't used this set like that because I have my other daisies that I prefer. I know I did some like this. It makes a nice layered zinnia, and you can do it as a dahlia. I did them as dahlias because they, I like the open dahlias. Anyway, I'm blabbing again about nothing. But I get going on flowers. It is almost going to be time for seed time. And I have been telling Jeff, I told him throw away all of the seed catalogs. When they come in, I don't want to look at them. I don't want to see them. I will be tempted, and I am not doing that. I don't have my seed starting supplies. I did bring my trays and my covers for the trays, but did not bring the plant stand, did not bring the plant lights, did not bring the timer, didn't, and plus you just have a lot of things. So I am just cutting this white out because I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this and color it. And the colors we're using is Night of Navy and Coral Calypso, a couple of my favorites. And I'll put this one on the side. And here we go. Now let's see how our lights are shaping up here. Looks a little dark in the corner, not too bad. All right, so we need to do our black. And this one's going to be just so easy. You will be so happy about that. Did you see my 3 program? We found this in an antique shop here too. Probably a whole bunch of you have seen this. But isn't this cute? It's a coffee thing. I keep my crackers in there. And it's a nice tin one. It actually should be quite crispy for a while. I was kind of surprised. Jeff has been leaving those alone because, oh man, I was having, I had so many issues with one of the medications I was doing, and, well, one of the, as in the only, and I had heartburn for like 2 months. I didn't even know it was heartburn. I've never had heartburn like that before, not like that. Even when I had a big major attack, I don't know, about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and ended up going into the doctor the next day, even though I felt fine by then, of course. That was nothing compared to this. This was just odd. It was odd. And medication illnesses are like super strange. They don't mimic other kinds of things that you have had, probably. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's, I've always been super healthy, so I've never had these issues, and it's a new world for me. I just pray every day, thank you, God, for keeping me healthy and keeping me cancer-free, because I'm counting on you. You're the only one I can trust You're the only one I can count on. And he's been really good to help me and feel better when I'm not feeling better. And we'll just assume he's doing everything. Sometimes it's better not to think too much hard about it. All right, now I'm going to get out Calypso Coral, but you know, I do want, although the Calypso Coral is my cardstock color, I want something a little more vivid than that as well. So let's do, and I don't want it to be orange. Let's do something like pinkish, but not pink. Let's try Bubble Bath, and that might not be good enough. And in that case, we'll go with Petunia Pop. Okay, and then we'll just stick with our two colors, though, for inks. I have no idea what we'll be using, but there's Night of Navy and Calypso Coral, and we'll probably use Night of Navy for the actual, the words, you know, because I want something dark. But let's see here. We're going to go with dark to light. So let's start out with Calypso Coral. And I'm not going to do a whole lot of time here on these flowers because they're actually very pretty. The blending pens are nice. They help you blend really easy. There's all these nice little lines, you know. Let's see how this goes when I do this until the camera fixes itself on my screen in front of me. I can't really see how it's, whether it actually, my feed's majorly delayed, so that might explain why I couldn't find myself before. I mean majorly, because now I finally see. Oh good, you can see what I see. Fabulous. I wasn't really sure you would be able to. Oh, happy Friday. Boy, are we ever thrilled. We are past July 20th. Whew, it's been a long haul. The whole world celebrating. And the few that aren't, oh well, you will enjoy the new and better life you have, whether you recognize it or not. And I think I'm gonna start with my, my dark Bubble Bath. We're gonna start with that on the tips of these flowers and see how dark it is. It's not very dark. I think that's actually gonna work, as I kind of want a lighter edge to all of these cute little petals. Now, a zinnia is like a super layered flower, isn't it? Do they have single flowered zinnias? I think, yeah, they do. They have single flowers. Do you know what a double and a single is? Have you experienced this? If you're a flower person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, you're wondering what in the world is a double and a single. A double has more than one layer of petals. A single has one layer. Now sometimes they cheat. Like roses generally are double, multicolored petals, or multi-numbered petals. The old-fashioned ones are too, like the super ancient ones, but they do have singles. Single flowers, one layer. And dahlias are usually double also, but I like the singles myself. Now when it comes to zinnias, I also like the singles, so I must have an issue. I've ruined my tip. I don't know how. I don't think I did any alcohol on this one. Some tips are better than others. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going over the whole thing. It's kind of blending in. I know it's super squeaky. I'm sorry. I kind of have to press hard, or press enough to get it to blend, because I'm trying to blend in the dark and the pink, and it's working quite nicely. Do you see that? Isn't that nice? I wonder if you can see. I have to set this here in front of it. It's quivering because I'm moving as I talk. I can't see what you see. Like for a long time. I actually got this in position so you could kind of see it. I'm shocked that I managed to do that. It would be nice to have like a super live feed so I could see what you see, like without you having to wait for me for 5 minutes. But I don't have that, so whatever. We are good. Very good. In fact, today's a good day. When I woke up, I did not even give myself a chance to think about whether I wanted to work out or not. That's always good, because I skipped it yesterday, so I did not have permission from myself today in advance. The night before, when I went to bed, I told myself already, you are not skipping again, so don't even let your brain go there. And it didn't. And then I also had the opportunity to see Jeff this morning, which was really nice, because he had to get up quite early to go to, he's in Spokane today, and they pronounce it Spokane here. It's spelled the same as our Spokane, Washington. In fact, they named the town after our Spokane, Washington, which is kind of funny, considering that we call it Spokane. But anyhow, as in we, I guess I should say we call it Spokane, because now I live here, and I have to keep reminding myself I'm not a they anymore, I'm a we. Okay, so now we're going back with that just to make sure I get, that was a dark petunia. I needed just a little bit of something there. That's good, I like it. And then we'll need some green, and I don't want to do like something too heavy with this color. So let's just see what I need to do with it, because a lot of times I go with a whole different scenario for our greens. Yeah, we're going to have to do this. This is Granny Apple Green, but I am going to need a lighter color, and I am going to cheat and get out a G12. That's a bluish, about the same shade as this Granny Apple Green, but definitely a blue-green rather than this yellowish green. Now, a zinnia leaf has a more, I think, bluish green color. I have done, there's Zahara zinnias, Z-A-H-A-R-A, and if you don't know what a Zahara zinnia is, oh, please go and find out. They're so pretty. But I bet there's singles, because I'm always into the single colored or single petaled ones. Now, our pens, our Stampin' Blend pens, also come with two nibs, a narrow nib and a fat nib. These Copic pens have a chiseled end and a fat end. So the chiseled end, you can turn on its side and get a fairly good, point on it, but not as good as ours. And that is the one flaw with these. They come in more colors, so that's why I have so many of them, and I do rely on them. But normally I don't show them. I'm free to do it today because I think we have soft sea foam, but it's not quite the right, it's a little too light, rather, for what I need here. Now let's take our Granny Apple Green. That's the dark one. We sell these in twos. You get a dark and a light. And they blend really beautifully. You do not have to worry about whether it's going to blend. That's the one nice thing about these that I don't have with my Copic pens. So when I buy those, unless I've already used it before, I have no idea whether it's going to blend with what I thought it would blend with. And a lot of times it doesn't. Which is very disappointing, actually. Because when they don't blend, it's like trying to put oil with water and make it blend. Is that a good comparison? Oil with water? Or is it better to compare it with like salt and pepper? Because it definitely repels. It does not blend, it repels. So you end up with this, what to me looks like congealed cream that I tried to mix, and now it's all got chunks, and there's small chunks probably, but they're starting to be color chunks, and rather than blending like a watercolor. And that's what happens when you don't have blends that actually blend. So our Stampin' Up! Pens do blend. That's always really nice. And isn't that beautiful? Now I did all of that unnecessarily to some degree because I'm not using that whole image. I'm going to take this stamp, or this die. This is our Radiating Dies, and we're going to position this on here this is going on here. Actually, I want one that's slightly smaller, just slightly, because this one is going to be the contrast color. Let me see what we've got. I do believe I should have done this ahead of time, but I have our old rectangles. It probably has a pretty good match in here. Perfect, in fact. So this is our radiating die, and this is the one that I'm going to use as the one to cut this out with. And I'm going to pop you up a bit so that there's a bit more room for me to work without you feeling like your head is in my machine. Okay, so it doesn't have to be positioned perfectly, obviously. Now, one thing you can do, which is kind of nice, is you can pop out this. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. I could use the die. Let's use the die. Hey, I've got it. Why not use it? I could just fussy cut it, which is what I was going to do, obviously, because I could have done that faster. But to show you what I'm talking about, if you want to have it, if this flower pop out of the frame, and you'll see what I mean, you can use the die. I'm going to just do the top flower and then put this die away, and then we're gonna pop this out like so, like this. All right, so now that, oops, I didn't get it quite popped out enough. I am still gonna have to do a bit of trimming right here. Let me grab a tiny scissors, because I just want that bit out. All right, now we're gonna pop that flower out and then cut the rest of my frame. And that way I can get a little bit more of this flower in. Perfect. All right, so since that's on top of the die, that won't get cut. And then I've got my little panel all ready to go. So this was, isn't that cute? This was just one of our old stitched rectangles. It's not the smallest, it's like 2 or 3 up, because there are these as well, but these are the more portrait type rectangles. That's actually the 3rd one up. If you're an old timer like me, you've got these, and I use them, I think, every day, actually. All right, now we're gonna do I want to do? I think I do. Oh, I'm trying to think, which do I want to do? Do I want to do this as the main base card? Or do I want to use I might do both. I think I'll do both, and then we'll just see which I prefer, because I'm not sure if I want this with that, or if I want this with that. Oh, I think we'll do this with that. All right, I know you're thinking, just make up your mind. I'm gonna do this with that. So we will do the Night of Navy. I'm gonna just cut this over here on the side, 5 1/2, and then we'll cut out a few pieces with this, because I want this radiating stitched die. I'm going to use this smaller radiating stitched die. Let's put you all the way up here. And then I'm going to use all of these little pieces that come with it too. Maybe not. Actually, let's go ahead and use them, but I don't know if I'll actually use them in the card, because I think I might want to do those with Calypso Coral instead. Now, we do have a lot of new things. I know you're probably thinking, why is she showing these old things when we have so many new things? Yes, we do, but I've got other plans. This today is sort of like an extra. I wasn't necessarily going to even do a video today, because I didn't know if Jeff would be home or not. But since he's at school, I decided I could go ahead and do one. And so my newsletter coming up is this Simply Zinnia, because it's one that I have just been enjoying playing with, and that's what we do with our old stands as well as our new ones. So you get to just play. All right, so now I've got that. This is going to go on here. If you wanted to do a cute little calypso coral frame, it would probably be quite nice. But for now, we're going to just set these things on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to slide this under here. No, actually, I need this cardstock because we're going to do the base card. Now you get to see what the, you're going to get to see what this fancy fold actually is. It's called a Interlocking Fancy Fold. But I'm not calling it a fancy fold because it's like super easy. So for me, super easy ones, those are fun folds, not fancy fold. Fancy fold means it's a lot harder to do, and I'm never really sure if I'm getting it right. And half the time my dimensions aren't perfect, and I end up having to correct them and redo it as I go. This is actually going to work, okay? It was pretty funny because as I was watching the lady I got this from, she did cut it wrong, but she gave the right directions. I thought, good, she's the professional. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Now you want to put your paper, your cardstock in. She said to use a lighter weight one because this fold will work better that way. But ours is pretty heavyweight. This is not lightweight. This is not, I wouldn't even call this particular one medium weight. It's not heavyweight, but it's sort of in the middle. It's really like all purpose. If you like flour and you like to bake and you like to do breads and you like to do cakes and you like to do pies, all-purpose flour is good for you because you can use it for everything. And your cake, you know, is not going to be as light and fluffy, but it still works. Our cardstock is like that. It's an all-purpose one. I can use it for all kinds of projects unless it's like super, super layered. If I have one that's got so many layers, I've got like tons, then our designer series paper is better to layer in there. But so I'm just saying this should work. We'll find out. So take it. This is 8.5 by 11. You want your 11 inches to be going this way, and I'm going to cut it at 5.5 lengthwise. Normally I would turn it and cut it in half, but in this case we're doing it this way. Now save this. You will be probably using it. We'll see. And then I'm going to pull this out. I actually have some our inches here because I got a new plate that was the imperial one. Is it imperial that the British use and Canada uses? Is it imperial? Or are we imperial? I always get these things mixed up. We are imperial. This is metric. And I don't use the metric, but they are on here, I believe. But I needed my imperial, so I put tape on here. And I tried to do it, and it's kind of okay. So this is 5.5. This is 11, but we want to go down to 10 3/4. So we're going to cut off, I'm just cutting off a 1/4 strip that you can throw away. And now we're going to score it. Okay, so place, you can take your arm down again. We're going to put, I could get the score tool out, but this actually scores quite nicely. So we'll just use this 1 5/8. So go to your 1.5. and go to 1/8 after that, and that's 1 5/8 score, and then 3 1/4 score, and then you're going to turn it around and do the other side exactly the same. 1 5/8, that's the 8th mark right after 1.5, so 1 5/8, and then 3 1/4. And then we'll see if I got it right. It is right. It's got to be right because it doesn't even have to be perfect. So the inside one, the 3 1/4, burnish it, and do the other one. It's very loud, clicky clacky. I know. Very loud. And then this is a mountain fold here. So fold this one back and clicky, clicky, clack. And this one fold back. And voila, this is what you want. You want a gap in the middle because this is gonna just help the card stay a little bit flatter when you get it all together. All right, so now, we'll get our little papers back out. So this is gonna go here, like this. I want it to overlap this flap because it's gonna help keep this flap down. And if it's not quite staying down enough, just keep burnishing it until it does. Okay, it will eventually get much, much better. And there are some other things. Once you get your other things on it, the weight of it all will help too. All right, and we'll fix it if not. But I do want this to be over. This is gonna be over about, oh, I don't know. It's gonna be over about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm not fastening it on yet because I just kind of want to see how this is going to look. And then we're going to put this here, okay? And then this one is going to go right on top here, like this. And we're going to put dimensionals under this one, but it's going to lay on top. And this is why I did these in Night of Navy and figured I wouldn't use them because I think I need a circle one in Calypso Coral, but I probably will use this heart on top of it, but maybe not. I don't know. This is where you could either do another flower, but I'm going to do my sentiment. All right, so we've got, this is the die I used for this. So I need to do my sentiment first with the die that's going to be cutting out that white bit. And let's see what I've got, because that's not going to fit this, I don't think. Let's see. No, it's too close, so I need one that's just under that. So let me find one. Now I could always, it's easy to take these and make them smaller, but I would have to make it smaller both directions. And instead of going to all that trouble, I'm gonna just hunt and peck until I find what I want here. Because we actually have some really nice new dies. Storybook Friends, these are the frames. And they are very cute. Oh, it's gonna be too big, but wouldn't that be nice in there? I actually think it might be quite nice. Let's see how it will look with this. And with this, I really like that storybook frame. It's pretty. And it does make just a frame. It does show enough of my Night of Navy, I think, to work. There also is this frame, but I don't like that one as well. I think this is going to work, so I'm going to just cut this one out of white. In fact, I might even have one already cut out because I just did them, but it won't take very long to cut one out. Storybook for Friends is the Easter set, and it has a bunch of little cute friends in it. Well, maybe I want to do it with Calypso Coral. I think we'll do it with both because I'm not really sure which one I'll like. So let's just do it with both things. Why did I not put this away? I was fussing over here on the side and didn't bother to put it away. Oh yeah, that's why, because I have to layer these in to actually get them to stay in on the magnet. That's why. All right, there we go. Now we're set. So take the die and we'll do a white and we'll do a Calypso Coral. I'm gonna actually do it at the, let's see if we can do it at the same time. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, but I bet you as long as let's see if it's gonna actually work on this white. Oh, it's gonna not work because of what I've got going here. So we'll just go ahead and do them separate. If I had a big sheet there that I wasn't trying to be chintzy with the paper, it would have worked fine. But okay, now you do end up with this nice oval. Save that. You'll use it at some point in time, I'm sure. I haven't used them yet, but you will. But I do really like this little frame. We've had several little die frames, but I think this is one of our best sizes. I've used this quite a lot already. I haven't used the other ones at all, just this one. This is why I end up buying so much stuff. I use one thing out of it, and then I need to go buy the other thing, you know? That's just sort of the way it goes. All right, this goes here, and then I'm gonna do this. Thank you for joining me on this lovely day. I hope you guys are having some sun. It makes such a huge difference. Jeff and I, when we were at the coffee shop, I thought it was just us, because Jeff said, I think it's a lot colder. I mean, he didn't say that. He said, I know it's a lot warmer today, but it feels a lot colder, because the last time we were at the coffee shop was on the day that it was supposedly warmer, but wow, that wind was cold. And I thought, yeah, I kind of thought so too, but I didn't want to say anything because I'm always the gloomy Gus. I'm trying really hard to be positive. That's why I have my little proton. This is my new bookmark I made for myself. You're like a proton, always positive. Isn't that cute? It is just so not me. And so I am keeping that. That's going in my book. It's a good reminder that God wants me to use kind and nice words. Actually, it's a matter of let's think more about what Christ is doing rather than in what you see happening in the world. And that is going to make you more positive. It just is. So it is helping. It's working. To do that has helped. You know, anytime you try to improve yourself, even with God's help, and I would say with God doing it, because I know we think he's helping us, but he actually is doing it. We're just agreeing to doing it. You know, even so, it feels like you're the one making the effort. Now let's see if we want this one with this one. I'm putting everything on here so I can see which one I want. Okay, that's sort of okay. Let's try this one. Aha, it pops, doesn't it? So we're doing that one, but I'm saving this. It will go with my little storybook friends thing. And now I probably can use this here. And yes, and my heart will become a calypso coral. This one I might keep there. I don't know, but we do need a calypso coral heart, I've determined now. I thought we would all along. Just didn't know for sure. So let's cut that out. I do really like these radiating dies. They've been sleepers for me because initially when I got it, I didn't use it a lot. I used it for about, I don't know, maybe 2 sets. And then I didn't, because I always use those rectangles. But I have been using them a lot more. They just happen to be a size that it's a nice complement to those rectangles that I already had. Throwing it down on the board is my version of I don't want to bother getting out the pick tool and doing it the right way. Now we're ready to assemble. Oh, I did forget. I do need the sentiment. Now the sentiment can go right here because that's going to fit right on this little center bit. But that means I am not going to be able to use the sentiment that I had in mind, am I? So since I can put this in later, we will. And I'm going to go ahead and assemble all of these things now. So what I want to do is glue this down, but I do want to put glue just on the side that's going on this flap. So just put enough glue on there just to get, you could tape it. I'm gonna glue just enough to keep it down, but not so much glue that it's gonna go, you know, I need some room here because I want it to be over on top of this side, but not too much. Okay, so press that down. And then this is gonna get glued on right on top of that. Isn't this a fun fold? It is a fun fold. It's perfect. Okay, right like that. I do really like the little flower popping out of its frame. I do think that's cute. All right, so that one's like that. This one is going to go on top. Ooh, I've smudged there because I had some glue on my finger. Where is my, I know I have, it should be like right there, and it's not. I know I have a little eraser, a little blue eraser. I use it all the time. Where are you? I see a little smudge of rubber cement here. I don't think that's gonna work. I think I need my glue eraser. But in a pinch, I think that will work. Okay, it did, thank you. All right, now, so we're gonna go ahead and put this here, and I do wanna put dimensionals on that. So let's grab that and put them right here and here. This is gonna take a little torquing, so make sure you put enough on there. All right. We haven't seen as many funny things as normal, and I think that it's just because we haven't been outside. Oh, one of the feet from my cutting board. I'll have to put that back on there. We've been inside a lot because it's just been so cold. Okay, so we're gonna put this right here, kind of covering up my flower. There. So it does, if you tuck that in, it does keep it somewhat closed. We're not done. So let's see if it will go down even more. Now I do want to glue this down. I could pop it up. You know, I could pop it up. It's just, I hate doing this. I really do. This is, of all the things that I don't like to do, this is one of those things. We have these foam strips. They work, but they're fat. They're like super fat. And I'd like them to be thinner and thinner, both directions, because I think it's actually a little too fat for that line. And it's difficult to get this to cut the right way, but I'll give it a go. Let's try it and see. I'm actually more likely to do it with this. In fact, let's do that. Let's save our foam strip. I pretty much only use these when I'm doing window cards. Oh, look at you. I've actually got, we also sell a foam sheet, which I've got a piece of it shoved in there. And that can come in quite handy if you want a little skinny strip. Okay, when you're doing little tiny things, it helps. I just always glue things like this just to keep life easy for myself. In fact, I can see right now I'm not gonna really even like this because the problem is it's going to show. It's inevitable. You know, it is gonna show. I don't like it to show, and so we're not doing it. We're gonna glue it. But what you're gonna do is you're just gonna glue the frame. You're not, or tape. You could use tape. And I could show you how I use tape, but I forgot to get my little paper out. I always use one of those little what the paper that comes under stickers, that kind of shiny tape and or paper. It doesn't grab on. Now this frame has a top and a bottom, so the little tiny thing I think is what goes on top. At least that's what I'm doing, and the bigger, fatter, fleur-de-lis kind of thing goes on the bottom. That is how I'm doing it. Obviously, I could be wrong. I often am, in fact, when it comes to things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. This, though, I am gonna pop up. I could just glue it on, and it would be fine too, but I think I might pop it up. We'll see. Let's just put the sentiment on it first and see what I think. Because I did want to use, initially, I was gonna use this one. Oops, let's flop you over and get you in here. I was gonna use, well, where did you go? I flopped you over and you went. You like disappeared on me. That is so funny. Did it stick to my sleeve? No. Where did it go? I know I had it out. I must have gotten it out and left it out. Well, good thing I don't need it and I'm not using it because I've lost it somehow. I don't even know how. It was this one, and I was going to stick it like right here. That won't really work with my new frame that I've decided to do instead. Actually, none of these sentiments are really going to work because the thank you so much works. I think it's too big. And I could fix that. Let's see if I want to. Yes, I could, but I don't know if I want to. I think what I'm going to do is, because sometimes when you get too many things going, it's too much. And we're going to have the frame, we're having these two layers, we're having this, and we're having this, and all of this means that it's getting to be too many things on here. So let's keep it a little simple, and I'll find something that will fit in there much nicer. Let's see. What have we got? We've got You're the Best. Now this is a really old one. I suppose I could find a more new set around here somewhere, but may this year be incredible. Yeah. He means so much to me. That's good too, but that's not what I want. There's so many options. This is a new set that has a lot of options. None that I want. Let's see. No. A lot of the ones I keep right here by my desk, unfortunately, are my old tried and true, because I know there's a variety that will always fit in there. Here's a perfect one. Now this one is Thoughtful Blooms, again, another one that's long ago expired, but I think it'll be better than You're the Best. Let's see. I'm always amazed, but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. And I got a very old petal kit set, not a kit, a set that came a long time ago, and I took it out of its case and put it with this one because it almost perfectly matches the petals in this. This also does have some nice little filigree and things that you could adorn a card with, and I do believe that's going to fit perfectly on there. Excellent. So Thoughtful Blooms, you've done it again. We're going to go ahead and do Night of Navy so that it comes out real strong, the words. These are pretty tiny, so I do want them to show up good. I'm going to do a sample here on the side just to make sure my ink is inked up good, and it's kind of weak in one spot, so I guess I need to re-ink my Night of Navy. All right, go up as high as you can on this, because you're going to want to have your little heart and whatnot coming on there. So cute. My little squirrels and birds have left me. I don't know where they are. Normally I can look out my window and see them eating away, and I think I think the grackles came yesterday and ate all of the seed. We hadn't had any grackles for a while, which was nice. I do think I want that down rather than popped up. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and just glue that on. Right there. Very nice. And now this circle here, and our little heart, like right here. Isn't that cute? Yes, so we're gonna do glue for the circle. And then dimensionals for the little heart. And we're almost done with this card. It's so cute. Now what did I do with my dimensionals? There you are. Well, we have celebration going on, and that means you spend $60 and get some free products. That will be ending at the end of February, so you have some time on that. Also, there's I'm thinking, no, not that. I wanted a little turny. If a little turny thing, if this wasn't staying together, what I was gonna do, but it won't work with the circle, I actually have a little turn tool. Now you can buy these little embellishments anytime you want somewhere. I'm not sure where I got this, but if I wanted to close this, I could attach this and turn, and then that will kind of keep it down. You can attach it anywhere, really. I don't know if I want to. Anytime I put metal on a card, I almost always am having to spend a lot extra in postage, and it isn't gonna really enhance this look at all. I kind of wanted to put embellishments there rather than this turn thing, and I don't know if that'll really even keep it closed. A ribbon will do, and you could do a ribbon and it would look really nice. I'm still toying with it though. Let's play with it with my tweezers to see. Kind of will help a little bit. In an envelope, it'll stay. Plus, the more it's squished down, it'll stay. And I think I'm gonna just not worry about it. So this came as a set in various metals. If you just type in crafts metal embellishments into your search, you'll find all kinds of options. That is not a Stampin' Up! Thing. I've had it for a long, long time. Now, we do have some really nice new colors. This is Sunny Day. Iridescent dots. They're pretty. I thought these orange ones would work, but they're really not. So I would have to get new ones to really work. And because there's so much happening on this card, I don't think I need it anyway. Let's go ahead and just do something on the inside with my white. So we have a nice writing surface. We're gonna just glue that. I just do need to trim this down a bit. And if you want to, if you're not into trimming, you can just use the bigger radiated die. I think that will fit in there quite nicely. See, another reason I like those rectangles so much is because it had a rectangle about this size that fits perfectly in the center. And then you don't even have to worry about cutting things the right dimensions. You just cut out another piece with a die. It's really the lazy person's way of making inserts, I think. And I love that. It's very helpful. All And then there's always ways that you can add nice little flowers. You don't have to stamp a lot, but I can do, since we've got, I'm always amazed but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. Words fail to express my gratitude. That can go on the inside with a thank you so much. And I will find my other stamp. It's oh, here it is. It was under my foot, and now I've stuck it onto the floor really good because I stepped on it several times. Okay, so anyhow, now at least I have it, and I won't have to be searching for it. We'll do this. The problem is this is going to show. Oh, I do want to be careful here. When this is shut, I want to make sure that it doesn't show up. I really want my Calypso Coral to be showing there. So I guess I am not going to do that after all. I will just do it right here on Calypso Coral. Okay. And not have any white in there at all. Okay, there's that one. And the thank you so much. Perfect. It's cute. Wouldn't you love to get a card like this? I know I would. And it looks like you spent so much time, but really it was just barely over an hour, I think, to make it. And that was from coloring to cutting to everything. So the point being that you can take a long time to make your things, but you don't have to if you don't want to. One of the ways to save time on card making is to have dies. They make it so much easier to cut things out and make them really pop out of your card and look like you labored over it a lot. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. And it gave you a nice idea to use. I do think a little embellishment right there would look really cute. If I had one of my little Calypso Coral ones, that would look great, but I don't, so that's okay. We're gonna just not worry about that. And there we go. So you have a, oops, I'm here, don't get seasick as I wobble all over. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. I'm not exactly sure what my project's gonna be, but it'll be something that's new. And when you shop with me, if you spend over $50, actually it's $60 now because they've kind of raised the price of things. And shipping is so expensive, I have to at least cover my shipping costs, which is basically what I do. I will send you something nice, an embellishment. It depends on your order, what I can send, but I'm happy to do that. It is wonderful to be able to send a lot of cards to people. Today, I think it's a nice enough day now. It's warmed up. I'm gonna actually get some of my cards together in little packets. I've got 2 packets ready to go, but I've got a list of the assisted living places here, and I was always going to take my card packs to them, and I still hadn't done it. I'd taken them to schools, but not there, so I am going to do, that's my project today. Have a great day. Show how much you love other people through your words, through your actions, through your cards, and remember that we are blessed to be a blessing. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.